Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our first edition of Harrisburg's Random News. Tonight we'll be discussing quite a few topics. I'm Matt McBreen, here alongside me, my colleague Aaron Strayer. Mr. Strayer, what's our first order of business for tonight?
Okay, now what we're going to start off with today is it's kind of like a personal topic on behalf of the person, but we're going to talk about the topic of David Wesley's ear. Now, for those of you who don't know who David Wesley is an NBA basketball player. Now, David Wesley's been many places in his career. He's been to New Orleans. He's been Houston. Houston was it? Yeah. And now he's in Cleveland. He's playing alongside James. Doing pretty good over there.
Yes, Mr. Wesley, he has some history along with that, and that happens to be his ear, which isn't good history. Mr. Wesley has a deformity in his left ear.
What you really think about when you look at the pictures, it doesn't look like it's just his ear. It looks like his whole face is kind of like that.
Actually, you know what? I think you're right. I think he's right. We finally figured out the mystery of David Wesley's ear. It's not his ear, it's his entire face. So basically, we can't do anything about this. Mr. Wesley's going to have to fend for himself in this category, but, it's important to know this, and it's important to, get by the past, because it's the future. It's the future for Mr. Wesley. He is with the Cavaliers. They have a good chance of winning it this year. You can't live in the past. Live in the past and you die in the past. So you can't live in the past. Next order of business would be Mr. Gary Strayer's marijuana lighter. As you can see, we actually
As you can see, I actually have it with me today. This was a very weird thing. We found it in the dryer. It was in his coat or something. So we don't actually know, but as you can see, it's very old. It's extremely old, and it smells like kerosene, very hardcore.
For those of you who do not know who Gary Strayer is, that would be this man's elder brother. Mr. Gary Strayer has been known to do things that are quite extreme now and again, and we're not so sure whether this has been used, for that purpose, but that is our guess right now.
Yeah. My guess would be that it doesn't, because it doesn't work.
That's probably the reason why it doesn't work. It probably didn't go through the wash.
Well, yes, that's a good discovery.
Yes, but
so
if we find out any further information on that, we will get back to you.
We will be sure to let you know
in the future. And
that's pretty much all we have to say really about this. See, he has a little marijuana 4-leaf clover on the front. It's really a simple thing. So Matt, what do we got for next?
Well, we've got one more topic left for tonight before we end with our fact of the night. But our final topic happens to be, and I quote this because I just found this new out recently today. It's simply called the Duggar. Now, basically, what this is happens to be some sort of sexual position, if you will, where one sticks his hand on the back of your head and makes a motion like this. Now, you can imagine, what that would be like, but I heard this from Mr. Saquon Mitchell-Scott today. It was quite a earful, but I don't have that much information on it right now, but that's the basic gist of it. Once again, it's called the Duggar. We will have some more.
That's D-O-U-G-E-R.
D-O-U-G-E-R. Just like you spelled Doug on Nickelodeon way back when with an E-R. But
he had the friend named Skeeter.
Skeeter. But in further news, we will be now ending our segment, but before we go, we would like to give you our random fact of the day. And Mr. Strayer, what is our random fact of the day?
Our random fact of the day is if you're about to sneeze and you're in a public place, you don't want to disturb anybody. You don't want to just be throwing your urine all over the place. What you can do if you're about to sneeze, think about Chinese people eating watermelon. And this works. This has been proven to work. And this may sound retarded. It is a fun fact. But it does work.
Mr. Strayer, you're absolutely right. That does work. But for now, let's go. This ends the...
Well, let's give one more thing. Let's talk about Maria Sharapova.
Maria Sharapova. That would be me. We must go. I'm out. Dipset. Dynasty.